Hi guys, we've got one more lesson to do, and that is converting customary units of volume. Volume is like how much is inside something, and we're talking about liquid volume here. So this is a lot of what you will use when you're cooking. It's actually quite helpful in the real world. So in the beginning of the lesson, they just have you picking what would be a cup, what would be a quart, and then what would be a gallon. So they have explained here that 1 quart is equal to 4 cups, and we've got 3 quarts. So we've got 4 cups. That doesn't really show up. I'm going to write it down here. 4 cups and 4 cups and 4 cups. So 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 cups are in 3 quarts of yogurt. Okay, so now we're doing how many cups are in 7 quarts of tomato sauce. So we bring up the 7 because we have 7 quarts, and each quart is 4 cups. So 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. So there are 28 cups in 7 quarts. So this chart is about converting quarts into cups. It is very helpful. They have some of the math already done for you, but we're going to do the math here, and if you copy this down on a piece of paper, then you will not need to redo the multiplication facts each time we have to solve. You'll just be able to look at the chart and see what you're supposed to be adding together. It makes it a lot easier. You can either copy it down on a piece of paper, or you can type in the answers and then take a screenshot or a picture with your phone, whatever works best for you. All right, so the first part, we're going to be converting 3 quarts times 4 cups. 3 times 4 is 12. Then we've got 4 quarts times 4 cups each. So that's 4 times 4 is 16. And we've got 6 quarts times 4 cups each. So 6 times 4 is 24. Like I said, please make sure that you have a copy of this chart as we move forward, because I'm not going to be taking time to multiply each time we have to solve a problem. All right, so they're jumping right into half. We know that there are 4 cups in this whole thing. So if it was full, I would have 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups. Half of it is 1, 2 cups. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So there are 2 cups in half of a quart. Okay, so they got tricky on us here. They must have realized that we were using the chart that they gave us. So 8 is not on the chart. It only goes up to 6. You can go ahead and add 8 just in case you need it later. And let's figure out how many cups are in 8 quarts. So 8 times 4, well, I know 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. So now we have 32 cups, and then half of a quart is just 2 cups. I learned that on the last slide. So 32 plus 2 equals 34. So we have 34 cups. So on this one, we've got 5.5 quarts, and we can actually look on the chart for 5 quarts. 5 quarts is 20 cups, and a half a quart is 2 cups, so 20 plus 2, and that'll tell you how many cups are in 5.5 quarts. So now we're changing over to converting gallons into quarts, and it lets us know that there are 4 quarts in each gallon. So we could skip count and count 4, 8, 12. Well, it's going to get pretty complicated as we move on, but you could do that. You could assign each gallon 4 quarts and then skip count, or you could just multiply 12 times 4. So I've got it written vertically. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. So 12 gallons is 48 quarts. All right, so here we're trying to figure out how many quarts are in a 40-gallon inflatable pool. So we take the 40 gallons and we're going to multiply it by 4 quarts each. 4 times 0 is 0, and 4 times 4 is 16. So there are 160 quarts in that inflatable pool. So now we have a chart with gallons converting to quarts, but I just want to point out to you that this has a little bit of a trick to it. We have 1 gallon, 2 gallons, 3 gallons, but then we skip 4 and we go to 5 gallons. We skip 6, go to 7 gallons, we skip 8, and we go to 9 gallons. That's fine. They can make a chart like this and we can fill it in. But as you use this information, possibly in future problems, I just don't want you to get confused and think that there's a 4 here and that the sum that we're finding here is for 4, because it's actually for 5. So just pay extra special attention to that as you're working with this chart. All right, so for the first one, 3 gallons times 4 quarts each. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 4 is 28. And 9 times 4 is 36. So these are the values that go in the bottom part of this chart. Okay, so now they're ready to look at parts of a gallon. So if 1 gallon is 4 quarts, 1, 2, 3, 4, half a gallon is how many quarts? 1, 2. You can also look at it this way. 4 quarts divided into maybe 2 equal parts would equal 2. So half of a gallon is 2 quarts. So now we're going to convert 3.5 gallons into quarts. 3 on our chart, it shows that 3 gallons is 12 quarts. And 1/2 gallon, we know from the last problem, is 2 quarts. So we've got 12 quarts plus 2 quarts. Go ahead and find the answer, and that'll tell you how many total quarts equals 3.5 gallons. So now we're going to convert 7.5 gallons and see how many quarts that is. On our chart, we have 7 gallons is 28, because 7 times 4 is 28. And we know that half a gallon is 2 quarts. So 28 plus 2 equals the total number of quarts in 7.5 gallons. As you finish practicing this lesson and move on to the quiz, please feel free to look back at the video to help you if you need help working things out. Also look at the charts that you've had, that you've written up in order to help with the multiplication. And if you have a problem that the video can't answer, please feel free to email or call, and I will be happy to go over any part of the lesson with you. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day and have a great week. Bye.